What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Lumineers Archive. I'm Nathan, Lumineer626, and today we have a video for our first attempt at a deck doctor. We're doing this now that cards are going to be officially available, and this request was made on one of the Facebook accounts that someone helped with the deck, so I am assisting with this deck, Princess and Poochies by Chad Kensington. We'll go ahead and pull his version of the list up, and we'll just review some of what he has going on here. Our goal is to keep the deck to the same structure of what he was going for. This deck is for his wife, and she likes animals and the classic Disney princesses, along with a few special characters that were requested to be in the final build, such as Robin Hood. So our goal is to keep to this idea, and we'll see what we can come up with. And if you like the content we're making on this channel, please like and subscribe. And if you have any ideas for future content or would like to submit a list of your own for a deck doctor video, please put that info in the comment section below. So let's take a look at what we've got here. Started off, we're looking with Flounder and Sergeant Tibbs as simple one-drop characters. Good place to start. Continuing to some support with he's got a sword and work together to try to give some extra combat power. These are good options for doing that, but I don't think it's going to be entirely necessary. So we're probably going to end up cutting those. Now, we've got Magic Golden Flower to provide some healing, as well as Coconut Basket. Once again, good cards, and a good idea. So we will have healing in the final list. Next, we've got Aurora. And then we're continuing on to another support in Tangle. I do not think Tangle is going to be that necessary for this list, so we'll be taking that out. We're then continuing on with Jasmine. If it's not Baroque, now this is definitely coming out. We're not going to have a lot of item support in here, so this card is not going to be helpful in our final build. Abu, once again continuing with the animals. The Aurora Briar Rose. We're also looking at Ariel, Who's It Collector. Pongo, so continuing with our animals. Belle, Strange but Special. Eye of the Fates. Now, this is an interesting one, and we might be actually able to use this in the final build, since this deck could really gain some benefits from getting some extra lore. So that's actually pretty interesting there. Aurora, Dreaming Guardian. Now, this is going to really be helpful in the deck if we go this route where we're wanting to just have some fast lore gain. So that your opponent has to deal with things with challenges. They can't just come in and use their action cards to get rid of you. They will have to use challenges. As well, we've got Jasmine, Queen of Agrabah. She's definitely going to be remaining in the final list, providing that healing factor. So that's going to be a good card for it. Captain, I'm uncertain if I want to keep him. He's probably going to go. And then Robin Hood and Tigger, and these were the ones that were requested specifically to stay in the deck, and honestly I see no issue with either of them staying in. Robin Hood will provide the missing card draw for the deck, and Tigger is going to add some evasiveness to the deck, so he's good for the deck. So let's go ahead and switch over to the list that I've come up with for this. And if we look at this list, as you can see, we're starting with the 1-drop still. Those are good for the deck. You need to have them. So I had no problem with keeping Flounder and Sergeant Tibbs. Aurora Regal Princess kept with the princess theme, so she was good to stay. Now our first change is we're bringing in Grandma Tala. She's a nice little simple ramp card. It'll let this deck get that little bit more early aggression, and when your opponent deals with this card, they get to benefit from it. So it's a nice change. She's not a princess, but she's good support for the deck. Abu stayed, and we actually increased the count so that we have more animals in the deck for her. So did Jasmine, and so did Aurora Briarrose. And as I said, we did maintain Eye of the Fates, but we increased our count of it. Pongo stayed, and we've increased our number of copies of Aurora Dreaming Guardian. We've got ourselves some Dragonfire for some actual spot removal. We brought in Goofy for a little bit of extra evasive support. And not only did we keep Jasmine, Queen of Agrabah, we increased the number of copies of her in the deck. Now, to give us another princess, even though she's not a classic princess, she's pretty close, we added in Mulan. This gives the deck a little more aggression, and is continuing with that idea between Eye of the Fates of increasing the war pips across our board. Plus, since you wanted animals, we've got a horse on the card, so I feel like that actually fits into part of their request. Once again, Robin Hood stayed, and so did Tigger. So, with this, we've gotten the deck down to where it's still princesses and animals. And we didn't have to really add much that was outside of that requirement. Like, Goofy, you could technically consider an animal, and Grandma Tala is the only one that isn't either of those things that wasn't specifically requested. By adjusting the numbers around, we've increased the consistency of what the deck was designed to do in the first place, and we've added a lot more versatility to this deck and made it a lot more streamlined, and this deck should go and be a lot faster at completing the goal of getting to that 20 lore. So, this has been Princesses and Poochies. Once again, if you like the content we're doing here, please like and subscribe. And if you have any ideas for the channel, please put it down in the comment section below. Have a good day, everyone.